Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining today's Inspire podcast. This is an exciting opportunity for us to just get to know each other and get to know our partners well throughout this whole process. And man, if you don't get pumped up, I'm getting to know one of our guests. If you don't get pumped up today, you're not going to get pumped up at all, because this is a guy who knows how to inspire and motivate. Ruggiero is president of Advanced Market Sales, and he was announced as the newest partner here at Integrity last week. Advanced Market Sales is headquartered in one of the most beautiful places in the world, if not certainly in the U.S., called Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where Sean and his fantastic team provide service and support for over 20,000 agents throughout the country. Sean's built an amazing business that's focused on providing agents with solutions for helping consumers with their retirement and income planning needs. In particular, Advanced Market Sales is a leading issuer of fixed indexed annuities that eliminate fees, remove market risk, and provide lifetime income for clients and for our agents to deliver those to our clients. Sean is a highly skilled leader. His confidence and charisma is consistently inspiring me and his agents, and we believe that together we can do more than we can ever do separately. He's also extremely innovative in his approach. He takes a holistic view of financial planning that makes a huge difference in the solutions that his agents are able to provide. In spite of all of his individual success and accolades, Sean is a strong team player. In fact, he grew up playing sports and was very accomplished in that in his own right, and also understands the vision of what we're working on to accomplish here as a larger team here at Integrity. And I was thrilled when he decided to join the Integrity family and the Integrity platform, and I'm thrilled to have Sean joining us here today on the Inspire podcast. Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to really introduce you more to the overall Integrity family.
Thanks for having me. It is an honor to be on, and I am extremely thankful, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Very thankful to be on. Very thankful to be working with Integrity. So appreciate it.
Well, we're thankful and we're honored. So, man, you listen. You're a big guy. Like I had several of our partners whenever we announced your deal, and we had that amazing video. It was one of my favorite videos we've done with you.
That was very cool. Yeah.
Was that not awesome, man? You and
the team did so awesome.
Coaching,
yeah.
You were coaching your son's team, but people were like, man, what is that guy eating? Because I need some of that. And I said, I think it's more than food. You got to work hard for those muscles. But so you were a college. So I had several people say, was he like a linebacker or something? And you were actually a college quarterback, right?
Yeah. Actually, I only had a partial books and scholarship for University of Washington, Seattle, and they said you'll play tight end. And then Middle Tennessee State, which no one had heard of, offered me a scholarship. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. There you go. Right? Yeah, exactly.
I've been to Middle Tennessee State. Yeah.
See, I'd never even been there. That's just the funny thing is, I couldn't. I mean, I knew where Tennessee was. That was about it. And then Central Washington, John Kitten was playing there, and he was all-world at this Division II school. And we have an inflated view of what we are when we're in high school. So I said, well, I'll just go there. This guy's going to go pro. I might take his job my first year. I might, wait, and then I'll go pro. And I realized I was not going to.
I love the confidence.
Doing anything.
I love the confidence. I might just take his job.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, that's it. So I played quarterback. Definitely.
That's awesome, man. And now you've got your son. Well, you've got several kids. Tell us about your family.
4 children. So my oldest is Charles, and Charles is just turned 16. and I've got my 12-year-old. No, he just turned 13 like a week ago, Tyson. And then I've got my third boy, Marcus. And then I've got the greatest human being ever born, which is my daughter, Lola Joy, and she is 8 years old.
Oh, that's so sweet. So which one was the lefty in the throwing football?
That was Tyson.
Perfect
that
form?
was Tyson. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
He's got like perfect form. So Charles must be. I mean, he's a tall kid. He must be your height, huh?
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, he's right there. I'm about 6'4". He's about 6'3". But he just turned 16, so he'll get a few more inches. I think he'll pass me up. And I actually wrote a contract with him a year ago. I keep it in the safe. It's a contract that he can't ever whoop me. And he signed it. So I don't know. We've got good attorneys, right? You know, hopefully he'll uphold that. But yeah, he's a big kid. And Tyson's not quite as tall, but he's a very good athlete. He plays basketball, plays football. In fact, the local club baseball team had him come try out. Because they saw him throwing a baseball and they wanted him to play. So he's a stud. But my best athlete is actually my daughter. She's going to be the best. And she's the one I stress out about the least because I don't know, like, softball. I don't know volleyball. And so I don't get worked up. I'm not going to coach it. I'm just going to go and cheer. And so I'll go to these 8-year-old volleyball games, and I'm just having a blast. So, you know, I think I'm looking forward to that more than I am to anything else in life as far as stress relief. I don't think anything stresses me out more than youth sports, which is, some people might be laughing like that's sad. It's your kids, you know what I'm saying, and your heart's out there and your emotions are out there. But my daughter, I tend to enjoy it, and she's a heck of a little athlete.
So I've got two sons. I've got an 8-year-old son and a 6-year-old son, and they both play baseball. So this weekend we were just in baseball tournament. So we were out we had to drive 30 miles up north to a tournament, and we were there before the sun came up, and then we had several games, and then my 6-year-old had a game in another town, and so it was that whole idea of kind of chasing your kids around. And it's funny, you don't realize just how much joy that gives you, right? I mean, listen, our teams aren't very good, honestly, and I don't really care. The chances of my kids going pro at anything are probably pretty slim, but just that whole idea of let's get out there and have fun and learn teamwork and learn to work as a group and to cheer each other on is just a big thing for me personally. And we lost a lot of games this weekend, but they had fun, right? And that was you know, part of it was like, you know, hopefully like what you're talking about with Lola, like you don't like just enjoy just what this can provide you. And I know you have I mean, you're working hard at coaching your son's football team, and man, that video, just the what you were doing and show, just highlighting you coaching your kids' team. Tell us more about kind of where all that passion comes from for you.
That's a good question. I'm not quite sure, right? I don't consider myself hyper competitive, but I do think it stems from wanting to be a good father, honestly. And that sounds a little corny, but it was my mom and I growing up. My father was gone, and he was a great soldier, right? He went to like 3 tours in Desert Shield, was over in the Persian Gulf, and then Desert Storm. This is as I'm growing up, and then finally when he came back, he had left the family, and I think I was 13. And there's a lot of development that happens when you turn 13, when you're 14, when you're starting to go into high school, when you're learning to drive, when you're starting to date girls, and all this stuff going on, you feel a little lost, and you don't have all the answers. And so I wanted to be involved. When I come home, I'm tired, but especially my 2 younger kids, they want to wrestle, they want to play, they want to go on the trampoline, they want to do something, and I just think, I'm going to do it. And so I pick myself up and I do it. So there's always been a commitment to that, but then everything is somewhat selfish. I actually enjoy it. And I enjoy coaching the kids. I enjoy giving to them. It's a good feeling. There's mornings where I wake up often where I'm being brutally honest. You wonder, what am I really doing? Does this really matter? Is there a certain dollar sign you're chasing, or you want to beat your goals and beat your goals and beat your goals and keep going? But at some point, does that really matter? And I think it's kind of innate in our soul. It feels good to put smiles on kids and to help them, to discipline them, to give them structure. And a lot of the kids that we work with, and this is a nice town. This isn't where I grew up. This isn't some of the areas, and I think of Texas. I used to live in the Gulf Coast, Texas City, Galveston. Galveston, people think maybe that's a nice vacation town. That used to be a really rough area, parts of Galveston, Texas. It's not that area, but we have the most Section 8 housing kids. We have families that I honestly don't even know who their actual dad is, because there's like 3 people that show up or drop them off, or a sister picks them up, and it's just these broken families, and you can see them light up. You can see kids that you've been working with who you think they're never going to come back, but they keep coming back. They keep coming back, and then they have some success, and then they have a smile. And I really can't talk about it too much. It gets me emotional. It is a powerful thing, and ultimately, it's a purpose that when you fulfill it, you feel like there's no question that's something I'm supposed to be doing. So. It comes from somewhere, wherever it comes from. I plan on continuing to uphold it and to bring something to those kids and their families.
Well, what you're building is really a legacy, right? I mean, it's to your point. Like at some point, you financially, how much do you really need? All those different things, but for you and your kids, at some point for your kids to go, man, my dad was there. He helped coach my team. He taught me how to do this or do that, and he was always there for me. And my parents were always there for me. I mean, for me, that's one of the biggest things that I look at is I travel a lot, man, and as you do, and we're gone a lot, and you get really tired, and then you have a weekend that is spent out, at a baseball field and or football field or playing with your kids, and you sit back, and there's a lot of times where you're like, man, I am just wiped out. But that's I think a bigger part of the legacy of just being able to say, like, man, my dad was there for me, or my parents were there for me. And at the end of the day, I don't know if it really matters how much money you have or anything else. It's more about how many memories do you make. And I'm certain that your kids and your grandkids and just that legacy that you're leaving for your family will outlast anything else you can build on this earth. And so I love that you are passionate about helping your kids learn, helping them be successful. And that really kind of ties you into, I think, why you're so successful in working with all the agents you support, right? It's because you're so passionate, just like coaching, that you're passionate about coaching your agents and helping them be successful and accomplish their goals as well.
Yes, for sure. And nothing can be beneath you. Right? Nothing can be beneath you. I'm on the phone constantly with clients, with agents. There is no pass that off, or I don't do that anymore. And I think that's an important part. And when you lead from the front, I still see clients. I help people out. Like I said, I'm constantly on the phone trying to help out, put out fires, whatever it might be. That's that reality test, right? Am I still in this? You still got to have a foot in the trenches. You got to be in there doing the daily battles. Or I think you lose sight of it, and I think you honestly lose the ability to lead people because they don't have the same consideration and respect for you because you're not empathizing with what they're doing every day.
Yeah, I've always said leaders lead from the front, and I think you're exactly right. You got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and say, listen, I'll jump in and do that, and I love that about you. I also, what the market that you guys serve is a little different than what a lot of the listeners here, talk about every day. We're in the annual enrollment period for Medicare. It's a huge part of our business. Final expense and mortgage protection is a huge part of our business. And really, at Integrity, our mission is to help Americans plan for one of the toughest days of their life. And so what that means for us is that whenever somebody's at a hospital and they just found out that they had cancer, heart attack, stroke, COVID, some major life event. We want to have a health insurance product, whether that's traditional health insurance, whether that's Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage. We want to have some insurance product there to take care of that family's need, or when they have to check a family member into a long-term care facility. We want to have a long-term care policy or short-term care policy to take care of that nursing home type need, because that's one of the most difficult days of a family's life. Or at the end of life, when somebody's sitting across from a funeral home and you're having to deal with the arrangements of losing a loved one, and it can just be one of the most difficult times ever. And we want to be able to have a life insurance product, whether it's spinal expense, mortgage protection, pre-need, traditional life insurance. We want to have a life insurance product to take care of that need so that you'll take off some of the burden off of that life event. And I remember talking about this one day, and I remember you calling me right afterwards, and you said, there's one more piece, that as people go into retirement, we want to make sure that that's not a burden, that's not a difficult day, and it's a joyous day. And that's why we need to be focusing more on wealth planning products, because at the end of the day, I think that especially in the senior market, but I think all of us really, at the end of the day, we start worrying, if you boil a lot of things down, you worry about your health and your wealth, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you don't worry about your health until it fails you, or you're worried about building up your wealth, but then you just want to keep whatever you have. And especially in the senior market that we serve, that is such a major concern for people, is making sure that we take care of our health and our wealth. And I love that call that you made to me right after I was talking one day about kind of our core purpose and our core mission. And you said there's one other piece here that could be a really tough day for families and Americans if we're not taking care of that and we're not intentional about it. And as you were talking to me about kind of the products and services that you train agents on, it made me go, man, we got to become partners. Like you just ignited a new passion in me of this whole concept. And so tell us a little bit more about the products and services that you train on and how important they are, because a lot of the people on this call, as I said, are maybe more focused on some of the other products that I mentioned, and maybe don't realize how important some of the wealth planning products are that we have access to.
Yeah, and I would lobby that integrity is now expanded to overall be protection. So when I think of integrity, when I look at the pieces, it's protection. So you talked about Medicare, Supplement, Med Advantage. You're protecting people. You're protecting their pocketbooks. You're protecting their health. When we talk about insurance, life insurance, we're talking about protecting human capital, right? Brian, when you and I are like the exact same age. When you were 25, you probably didn't have a ton of money, or at least not as much as you have now. When you're 30,
I didn't have any. I was still broke.
Well, I didn't know if it was exactly like me. I had negative, whatever negative is. That's what I had. But
mine too.
But you have human capital, right? You have the ability to learn and work and make money. That's human capital. And for some people, their human capital is all they have all the way till they die. So if you're alive, Brian, and you don't have any money saved up, and we meet those underserved Americans every single day, but you have a pension or you have a Social Security check, your human capital is still paying your spouse. Well, what happens when you die? That's what life insurance is about. Life insurance protects human capital. There's people who tragically die way too young, and they don't have that money saved up. But they had 20 good years left that they could have built wealth for their family. Life insurance protects them. But the other half of that is the financial capital. You know, Sean Mike said it best. He said to me, he says, I just look at it this way. I've never heard someone say, I'm investing for retirement. No, they say, I'm saving for retirement. We deal with savers, not investors. And if the market drops, people sell. It's the worst time to do it. People aren't investors. They don't act like investors. They're savers. We must protect their financial capital, and that's what annuities do. So if you look at the lifespan, a financial lifespan of someone, it's human capital that we trade for financial capital, and in the end, hopefully we pass in our sleep at 90 years old or whatever, And in that ideal situation, we need protection the entire time. And if you drop in, if you overlay all those pieces that are offered through integrity, we are protecting them the entire way, the entire journey. And I know my portion, I say my portion, it's all of us, but the annuities, of the protection of financial capital, the ability to produce lifetime guaranteed income, to eliminate risk, to eliminate fees, that part is a little bit new. I mean, you've got ASB, American Senior Benefits, you've got Premier, you've got Eldercare, you've got some groups that are writing annuities, but not to the level that integrity will be in the next 3, 4, 5 years. It's going to become a behemoth, and in a good way. That's not a selfish comment, like we're going to make all this money. It's this idea that we have how many? You would know. I don't know, but it's got to be like 100,000 clients, 200,000 clients every year. And what is their average age? 65, 70? These people who are being helped every single day are all candidates. Statistically, what we see over the last 5 years is about 1 out of every 4 of them has money that needs to be protected for retirement. So you start extrapolating those numbers. How many of those people need annuities, need some retirement planning services, need some financial capital protection? It's a ton of them. So I think we're at the tip of the iceberg, and you've got the right team, you got the right players to really penetrate that market and help people out.
Yeah, it's amazing as you talk about that. It's not in the hundreds of thousands anymore that we help. This is one of the most important numbers that we manage, like at the board level, and I think about, is how many people do we help on an annual basis with one of these life needs. And this year, we will help 1,500,000 people enroll into a new product. So if you're talking about 1 out of 4 of those, you didn't say want one of those products. You said 1 out of 4 of those people need one of these investment products. Yeah. So you're talking about hundreds of thousands of people that need these protection products that we offer, right? And we've got such an opportunity here to better serve people and serve Americans. And it comes back down to that kind of need that you're talking about, of like people have this concern and they want to take care of their health insurance, they want to take care of their life insurance, their long-term care insurance, but they also need this additional support, additional service that you and your team provide, which is just an incredible opportunity for us to frankly better serve them. And that's, at the end of the day, I think if you can help enough people, Zig Ziglar said this, if you can help enough people get what they want, then you can have what you want, right? And it's all about that servant's heart and how do we serve more people. And I think that's what's helped us grow at Integrity, is maintaining that servant's heart. And then as we find other people that have that same passion about serving others, when you bring them together, you can do some special things. In fact, some people call this the integrity effect, because you've seen businesses, I think Sean Mike actually coined this phrase, that you see people come together. And when they come together, then their business exponentially jumps up, and it creates this whole idea of this integrity effect here at Integrity. And it's not an exaggeration. I mean, we can look at different businesses and show like a marked difference, not because we're doing anything really special. It's just because some of the life and energy that's brought into the business as we all join forces. So as we join forces, what are you most excited about, Sean?
Well, a lot of what we just talked about. I'm really excited about the ability for us to have or find synergies with the other partners. My buddy Alan, one of the first people I met, they do a lot of final expense. How much do they do in annuities? Let's work together.
Almost. You talking about Alan? I can answer that. Almost zero, I think. Yeah.
And then what are we doing? How many clients do we have in our Rolodex? Can we help? Can we get them connected with some Medicare systems or some final expense? And those are the sorts of things that I'm excited about. I'm also excited about the company itself as a whole, where it will go. I was blessed enough to have a software company, which now comes with it, now is part of Integrity, that does automated digital marketing. And we were in Barcelona in 2016 at the DIA Awards. And this is all about disruption. And I get so sick of that word. This is all about technology and things of that nature. And everybody's pushing for these things that go into what's called the insurtech sector, because insurance as a whole, as an industry, makes trillions of dollars. But from a technology standpoint, it's way, way far behind. And really what it comes down to is most distribution, roughly, when we're talking about life and annuity, roughly 94% of distribution is through independent channels. So if you're a carrier, I don't know if I can name carrier names because I'm just making one up, but you're carrier ABC, and you want to roll out a new Salesforce system, a new enterprise system to help with the sales and solicitation and follow-up. You're going to drop millions of dollars into something that, hey, let's face it, there's high turnover in insurance sales, and you give it to an independent sales channel, they might sell something else. So as a result, you have a stranglehold. You have a choke down on technology and on advancements like that. What Integrity's done is it's taking these independent sales channels and it's bringing them together, but allowing them to still identify as who they are and grow their business and run their business and stay good at what they're doing. But on the back end, and I do focus on technology quite a bit, maybe more than some, but there's some incredible things going by. So you bring in, say, a Thomas Arts that can help with your messaging. You can bring in some of the technology team, and slowly over time, because this stuff is a juggernaut, and the bigger you are, the harder it is to steer the ship. But you now have all these independent channels working together. That's a very powerful thing. So when I think about it, I have the opportunity to have a meaningful role for a big company. And if you think about a single kid growing up in Everett, Washington, a kid growing up with a single mom in Everett, Washington, I never would have imagined I'd have this opportunity. So that's what I'm excited about, to be totally honest.
No, that's awesome, man. We too are really excited about that, and just can't wait to see. And I think great things happen over time for sure. But what we've done in such a short amount of time and bringing everything together is just going to be exceptional to see how much we can all do combined. Man, Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait to have others meet you. I've gotten a couple of texts while we're on the call today of just guys going, man, we need to connect with Sean on what he's doing and look for ways to continue to grow on their business. And so I can't wait to see where we all grow together. And I love the fact that you always look for the silver lining in everything, and you're always excited about helping others around you not only see the silver lining, but look at how do we maximize that opportunity together. So thanks for sharing your wisdom and insight with us today, and I'm excited to add you as one of our Integrity family members, and can't wait for us to get back to the days where we can travel and all get back together and really all just see the opportunity of us partnering together. And so thanks a lot for doing what you do. Thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for sharing your family in the video. I think the more that we can show ourselves and our family, the more people relate to us and see that it's more about how do we truly serve others instead of just trying to monetize something. And so, man, congratulations on your success. Congratulations on being named a partner, and I can't wait to see where we go from here, my friend.
Brian, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm here. I'm always working, so if anyone needs me, let me know. And I'm very thankful, very grateful.
You said that you started out with Sean Mike, and golly, there's few people that have the energy and the drive to serve people like Sean. And so I asked Sean to join us here today just to share a few thoughts on this partnership. Sean, you there with us, my man?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me, Brian?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Good. Congratulations, Sean. Very, very well deserved. And you know, Brian, when I've known Sean a better part of 9 years now, and we launched our Fan First Life 7 years ago, and he had come said, hey, I got this idea, that we're going to be able to help these middle American families, do things that they're not actually usually educated on. And when he told me that he was talking about fixed index annuities and index universal life, I was like, good, you're on your own. I know nothing about either one of those. But the good news is he knows a lot. And the thing that's excited me the most is Sean's a very hard worker. I tend to respect people that work hard, and I tend to have zero respect for people that don't work hard. I respect his work ethic immensely. He's also somebody that come here and get a partnership. He'll work harder than he's been working before because that's just how he's wired. He skimmed over the way he was raised in his story. He's a private person, but he's come through a lot, and it's been an honor to be by his side, watching what he's doing with advanced markets. What he's been able to do for our agents, understanding when they go out there and meet with them. We have people that couldn't spell FIA that I'm like, I moved $1.5 million last week. This couple saved their entire life. They lost $80,000 in the market. They were terrified. They didn't know what to do. And I called Sean and the staff. The staff they have is unbelievable. Talk about people that are working 7 days a week. So I couldn't be happier as a partner. I couldn't be happier to have Sean as a partner here. And Sean, I'm happy for you, your family. I love all the kids. Tyson's not my favorite, but if I could only hang out with one, it'd be Tyson. They're all awesome. You know what I mean? No, Lola too. That's for your girl. She's unbelievable. But no, they're awesome, Charles. The whole crew is great. And congrats, Sean. Brian, thank you for the platform. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for the team, man. And I'll turn it back over to you guys. And thanks for giving me some time today. But congrats again, buddy. Well earned. And the team will be very well served having you as part of Integrity.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you.
Wow, that's a great overview. Really appreciate it, Sean. We also have Andrew Taylor on today. Andrew, you there with us, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for having me on. Sean, congratulations, dude. The last 6 years have been pretty crazy. I remember the first training you did, I was still in the field, and I did exactly what you told me to do in that training to help people with their retirement, and I was just blown away by how simple you made everything. And that was life-changing for me at the time because being able to do that it did a lot for my income and allowed me to continue to build an agency quicker with Family First Life. And then to see that and I would say one thing is consistent, like week in and week out training. I was telling Sean Mike the other day that if there's ever something wrong, I'm calling Sean Mike and Sean Ruggiero, because Ruggiero's always about making sure that the team comes first. So I'm excited to officially be considered a partner with you with Integrity, and congratulations to you and your family.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it, bud.
Andrew, let's be honest. If anything ever goes wrong, you're also going to call them because they're the biggest dudes we have, right? I mean, they both.
I definitely feel safe when I'm with them.
Yeah, exactly. That is awesome. Well, I think Paul McLean's going to try to join us as well. I know he's working really hard. He was, I think, just about to land. So, Paul, are you there with us?
Brian, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, brother. How you doing, my friend?
I could not be doing better, man. And I apologize if you hear a flight attendant in the background here in a minute, but we just landed. Sean, congratulations, dude. I mean, I echo what Andrew said. You were a guy that when we were just trying to get this thing moving 6 years ago, you made a decent month, a phenomenal month with our ability to learn and grow in annuities and IULs. And I remember just out there in the field trying to get things going, and it was that one annuity that I would have never understood how to write, what questions to ask, what to do, how to do it. But you kind of laid that platform, man, and that's permeated through the whole organization. My whole team is better because of you. They're more profitable because of you and your staff and what you put in place. And man, it's been a great partnership the last 6 years, and looking forward to moving into this new partnership And I'll tell you what, man, Sean Ruggiero is I know Sean Mike said it. He's a worker in discipline. You know, I thought waking up at 4 a.m. was an accomplishment, and Sean Mike started talking about he's having conversations with Sean Ruggiero at 4 a.m. I'm like, man, they're talking on the phone already about business. I'm just waking up. And so, yeah, it's a phenomenal partner, and Integrity is a better company because of Sean Ruggiero now. And congratulations, my man. Love you guys, and appreciate you having me jump on, Brian.
Hey, thanks a lot, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Sean Ruggiero, thanks a lot for joining us today. Had a lot of fun hearing more about your story, your passion as well. And thanks, everybody, for all that you do. Hope everybody has a wonderful week and has a great game time experience. And thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you guys.